Good morning. No?
I'm going to go to wireless for this. I get the wireless on.
Good morning. This one works. Will you please rise for the singing of our national anthem, led by Jessica Quitter, Allison Munich, Tripp Hampton, and Matthew Geller. These are students in our Department of Theater and Dance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. I am Gail Wells, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, and it is my high honor to welcome you to the 37th Annual Commencement Ceremony at Northern Kentucky University. There is no event that better defines the purpose of this university than this one, where we honor and celebrate our newest graduates who today are joining the company of an educated citizenry prepared to contribute to the economic, cultural, social, and intellectual capacity of our society. Therefore, it is now my great pleasure to introduce the most important people in the house, the May 2009 graduates. Graduates, will you please stand and allow us to congratulate you? Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. You are commended for your commitment, for embracing learning opportunities, for challenges conquered, for learning objectives met, for projects completed, for goals reached and even surpassed, and for actualizing your dream of earning a college degree. We are here to celebrate your success, and perhaps even more importantly, your great potential and your bright future. Armed with your NKU degree, we know you are prepared to pursue a rich, full life with a balance of meaningful work, love, service to others, and play. This is your day, a day of great joy. Today's date, May 9th, 2009, will always be a memorable one for you. I hope you will enjoy the events of this day and will look back with fond remembrance of your transforming time at NKU. We know you will bring pride and honor not only to yourselves and your families, but also to this great university. The most compelling measure of a university's worth is the quality of its graduates. The accomplishments of this class of 2009 and the many alumni from our previous 41 graduating classes are evidence that NKU is indeed a great university. Please join me once again in recognizing our graduates and celebrating their success. Thank you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the distinguished members of the platform party. I will ask them to stand as I call their names and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Joel Robinson, Assistant Vice President for Enrollment Management. Patrick Moynihan, Vice Provost. Dr. Elaine Jarko, Interim Dean, International Education Center. Dr. Lisa Ryan, Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Jeffrey Waple, Dean of Students. Dr. Selena Srofel, Graduate Dean and Associate Provost for Research. Dr. Tom Zaniello, Professor of English and Director of the Honors Program. This is Dr. Zaniello's final commencement at NKU. He is retiring after 37 years of teaching at the university. Continuing, Sarah Sidebottom, Vice President for Legal Affairs and General Counsel. Kenneth Ramey, Vice President for Administration and Finance Treasurer. Gerald A. Sanamon, Vice President for University Advancement. Joseph E. Wind, Vice President for Government and Community Relations. Dr. Sue Hodges-Moore, Vice President for Planning, Policy, and Budget. Dr. Zebulon Davenport, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Kimberly A. Luce, Executive Assistant to the President and Secretary to the Board of Regents. Dennis Hannebach, Dean of the NKU Chase College of Law. Peggy DeJarco, Staff Regent. Denise H. McClelland, Secretary of the Board of Regents. Terry L. Mann, Member of the Board of Regents. Gabriel Cronin, Student Regent. Diana Walsh, Student Speaker. Bryson P. Lair, President, NKU Alumni Association, Class of 1996. Joyce E. Griffin, Member of the Board of Regents. Dr. Stephen M. Weiss, Faculty Regent. Andrew Nagel, President, NKU Foundation Board. Martin C. Butler, Member of the Board of Regents. Dr. Kevin Corcoran, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. John Beeler, Dean, Hale U.S. Bank College of Business. Dr. Mark Wasisco, Dean, College of Education and Human Services. Dr. Douglas Perry, Dean, College of Informatics. Dr. Denise Robinson, Interim Chair, School of Nursing and Health Professions. Dr. James C. Vitruba, President, Northern Kentucky University. Wendell Berry, Honorary Degree Recipient and Commencement Speaker. Annadale Piles, Chair, NKU Board of Regents. And Dr. David Hogan, President, NKU Faculty Senate and Grand Marshal. Please join me in recognizing this distinguished platform party. Now I would like to offer a special welcome to those who care so deeply about our graduates. There is a sense of pride and joy surging through the audience today. I know the class of 2009 will agree with me that they could not possibly have reached this point without the love, encouragement, and support of so many of you. The dreams of many people are being realized here today, and it is appropriate to share the recognition as well as the pride that is inherent in this wonderful event. So let me recognize the parents, grandparents, and family members of our graduates. I know all of you are filled with a deep sense of pride. You too are to be congratulated. Will all the parents, grandparents, and family members of our graduates please stand and let us recognize you. Thank you. And now I would like to single out for special recognition an extremely important part of the NKU family, our faculty. Let me take a moment to honor them and to draw your attention to the key role they have played in bringing the class of 2009 to this important milestone. NKU's faculty members are the very heart of this dynamic institution. Their dedication ensures our students receive what we like to call an up-close and personal education. Colleges and universities have changed greatly over time, and many wonderful things happen on a university campus. But one thing is no different now than it was when that first teacher inspired that first pupil, and that is the importance of the essential relationship between students and faculty members as teachers, scholars, and learners. One of the keys to a solid education is just this, the work of the faculty with the students, as they contribute to their learning experiences, their intellectual growth, and their personal development. NKU is so fortunate to have a faculty so firmly dedicated to students and their learning. This faculty brings academic credentials from some of the most prestigious universities in the world, and many have achieved distinction on the state, national, and international stage through their accomplishments. It is now my distinct pleasure to ask all members of the current faculty and emeritus faculty members to stand as you join me by honoring them with your applause. Thank you.
Will Mr. Wendell Berry please join us at the podium? Wendell Berry writes, "The care of the earth is our most ancient and most worthy, and after all, our most pleasing responsibility. To cherish what remains of it and to foster its renewal is our only hope for survival." These words were written by today's honorary degree recipient and encapsulate the voice of America's foremost chronicler on the rural way of life. Wendell Berry, critics and scholars have acknowledged you as a master of many literary genres, but whether you are writing poetry or fiction or essays, your message is essentially the same. Humans must learn to live in harmony with the natural rhythms of the earth or perish. A Kentucky native, you entered the world in August of 1934, just in time for the tobacco and soybean harvests on the nearby Castle Farm. You grew up in this Henry County town, developing a deep sense of love for farm life and its many wonders. After earning a bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Kentucky in 1956 and 57, you taught at Georgetown College. You then attended the Creative Writing Center at Stanford University, where you taught creative writing for a year. From the time you first appeared at Stanford in 1958, your peers and instructors recognized you as a gifted writer. This is when you wrote your first book, Nathan Coulter, a critically acclaimed novel depicting the coming of age of a young man in rural America. Even at this early age in your career, your writing was extolling the lessons and virtues forged living an uncomplicated existence. Since then, your works have explored the themes of responsibility to the natural world, of connection to place, the pleasures of farming and good work, and what you have called the miracles of life. Through your more than 40 literary works, these very subjects have allowed for deeper examination of the cultural and spiritual pitfalls of industrialization, ignorance, hubris, greed, environmental destruction, and violence against others. About your work, a reviewer for the Christian Science Monitor wrote, and I quote, "Berry's poems shine with the gentle wisdom of a craftsman who has thought deeply about the paradoxical strangeness and wonders of life. Berry is the prophet, the prophetic American voice of our day," close quote. Another writer for the New York Review of Books wrote of you, and I quote again, "Berry, a Kentucky farmer and writer, is perhaps the great moral essayist of our day," close quote. After Stanford, you explored the wider world for a few years, accepting a fellowship in Italy and returning to teach in New York City a year later. In July 1965, fate and the voices of your ancestors called you home when you were offered a teaching position in the English department at the University of Kentucky. And in July 1965, you and your wife, the former Tanya Amix, moved to the Berry County family farm in Henry County, making you the 5th generation on your father's side of the family and the 6th generation on your mother's side to farm this part of Kentucky. You raised 2 children on the farm and continue to work it today. On the move back to Kentucky, you said in an interview at the time, "It is a real farm, not a writer, professor's country estate. Its chores include milking cows and currying horses and mucking out stalls and mending fences and mowing hay and all the other time-consuming and sometimes back-breaking labor that family agriculture requires. Elaborating on the move, you added simply, "I am not bound for any public place, but for ground of my own, where I have planted vines and orchard trees, and in the heat of the day climb into the healing shadow of the wood." Throughout your career, you've resisted invitations to leave the farm, leaving that feeling that the collegiate and literary worlds beyond those vines and trees and life beyond the wood's healing shadow would impede your freedom of mind. Through your livelihood and lifestyle, you have established yourself as a major figure in the environmental movement, especially in the stewardship of sensible land use. The late Wallace Stinger, America's great Western novelist and your mentor at Stanford, wrote in a letter to you that your books are revolutionary. They fly in the face of accepted opinion and approved fashion. They reassert values so commonly forgotten or repudiated that reasserted they have the force of novelty. And he continued in the letter, "Everything you write subjects itself to its subjects, grapples with the difficult and perhaps inexpressible, confronts mystery, conveys real and observed and felt life, and does so modestly and with grace. In the best sense of the word, your writing is a byproduct of your living," close quote. Wendell Berry, you have been called an agrarian philosopher and writer in the tradition of Emerson and Thoreau. Your work has earned you numerous awards and fellowships. More important, however, it has encouraged countless readers to find purpose and meaning in their lives and to examine the advantages of embracing the uncomplicated life. You are a champion for the causes of environmentalism and conservationism, two critical challenges probably more important to society today than at any time in history. We recall your words at the beginning of this introduction. The care of the earth is our most ancient and most worthy, and after all, our most pleasing responsibility. To cherish what remains of it and to foster its renewal as our only hope of survival. Wendell Berry, the faculty, Board of Regents of Northern Kentucky University have resolved to confer and do hereby confer on you this 9th day of May in the year 2009 the honorary degree of Doctorate of Letters. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, I thank the faculty, administrators, staff, board members of this institution for the privilege of taking part in this occasion. I thank the graduates for the honor of graduating with them today. And I thank you, Mr. President, for your extravagance. Commencement speakers conventionally advise the graduates that they must not think of the end of school as the end of education. They must continue to think of themselves as students and to study and learn for as long as they live. I agree with that as far as it goes, but it does not go far enough. I am now obliged to say to you graduates, not only that your education must continue, but also that it must change. It is necessary to say to you, moreover, that the institutions that so far have helped to educate you are going to have to change. As loyal alumni and responsible citizens, you're going to have to help them to change, even as you change yourselves. I'm taking the theme of this talk from my friend Wes Jackson of the Land Institute in Kansas, who has said correctly that our system of education until now has had in effect only one major, upward mobility. Now, Wes says, a second major needs to be added, and the name of this major will be homecoming. The upward mobility major has put our schools far too much at the service of what we have been calling overconfidently our economy. Education has increasingly been reduced to job training, preparing young people not for responsible adulthood and citizenship, but instead for expert servitude to the corporations. There's been an ongoing feeble objection to this reduction, but most people have been willing to ignore or tolerate it or even applaud it, despite the obvious dangers. Now, however, the failure of the economy and its subservient institutions has become too obvious to be denied. We are now facing a hardship long deferred. We have no choice but to do better. That our economy has been enormously destructive has been evident for many years, and nowhere has this been more evident than here in Kentucky. The occupation of this state by people predominantly European began 234 years ago. In so brief a time, we have destroyed or blighted or used up far more of the state's natural bounty than good care for as many years could restore. Most of this damage has been done, and at an ever accelerating rate during my lifetime. Much of what we have destroyed is gone forever. The fossil fuels that we have so regardlessly extracted and burned cannot be unburned. The topsoils and forests and watersheds destroyed by mining will not be replenished in a time imaginable by humans. Virtually all the original forest is long gone, and much of the regrowth has been abusively logged. Virtually all of our streams are polluted, and we're contributing our share to the pollution of the Earth's atmosphere. Erosion has carried away immense tonnages of soil from our farms and woodlands, which are increasingly threatened also by invasive plants, insects, and diseases. All this we have so far accepted as normal effects of our economy. But at present rates of use and abuse, it is impossible to suppose that our state will remain inhabitable for another 100 years. We have tried, or tried again, the experiment of building urban prosperity by the impoverishment of the countryside and its people, and inevitably we have failed. The result has been impoverishment that is both rural and urban. Now we have seen that this economy, which has externalized so many and such costs to our land and people, is on its own terms a failure. It is not, in fact, in any respectable sense an economy, but rather a financial system based on easy credit, cheap energy, overconsumption, unsupportable development, waste, fantasy, bubbles, and sometimes on nothing at all. It is now undeniable, though some will attempt to deny it, that we are involved deeply and intricately in an economic disaster in which the production of monetary wealth involves the destruction of necessary goods. Even if the climate were ideal and perfectly stable, Even if we had an inexhaustible supply of cheap, portable, non-polluting fuel, our present economic assumptions and practices would ruin us. Upward mobility, as we are now seeing, implies downward mobility, just as it has always implied lateral mobility. It implies, in fact, social instability, ecological oblivion, and economic insecurity. To have founded an enormously expensive system of education on the premises of and in service to such an economy has been a mistake, calling for a long, arduous work of revision. If authentic hope is to survive in our present circumstances, education will have to change. And by education, I mean self-education and the work of schools, either or both. After all, wrote the great Canadian ecologist Stan Rowe, well-educated people, not illiterates, are wrecking the planet. Schools and universities are morally bankrupt, and most research is worthless busy work. I would add that much research is worse than worthless, for it contributes directly to the wrecking of the planet. The change that is called for is a shift from the economy to the ecosphere as the basis of curriculum, teaching, and learning. The proper goal of education, according to Stan Rowe, is understanding what it means to be human in a living world. He says further that we should be asking how the things we construct connect us to the enveloping ecosphere. Do they love the ground on which they stand? And he calls our attention to the process whereby organisms get established in place, making themselves partners with air, soil, water, and other organisms. This process for humans, as for all other living creatures, is local adaptation. We know that local adaptation is a necessity for the survival of all species. They either adapt to their places or they die. How is it that our learned teachers and researchers have exempted our own species from this stark choice? If schools will not prepare students for this choice or for this process of local adaptation that Wes Jackson appropriately calls homecoming, then their graduates will have to acquire such an education for themselves. But eventually the schools and their students and their graduates are going to see that homecoming is not an elective. It is a requirement. We could call it emergency ecological training. Such an education will require acceptance of locality, what Stan Rowe calls home place, as the context of study, thought, and work. This in turn will require humility, a virtue not encouraged or esteemed by the modern arts and sciences. But the major in homecoming will not make us intellectual heroes. It will begin and end with a confession of ignorance. For we all are ignorant in varying degrees of where we are, of what we need to do to stay there, of what we need to do to assure that our children and grandchildren can stay there. And so the homecoming curriculum will be a curriculum of questions, such as the following. What has happened here? By here, I mean wherever you live and work. What should have happened here? What is here now? What is left of the original natural endowment of this place? What has been lost? what has been added? What is the nature or genius of this place? What will nature permit us to do here without permanent damage or loss? What will nature help us to do here? What can we do to mend the damages we have done? What are the limits of the nature of this place, of our own intelligence and ability? Obviously, these questions cannot be answered, and they're not likely to be asked by a specialist or by many specialists working in isolation. They can be asked and eventually answered to a significant extent by a conversation across the disciplinary boundaries. This would not be a conversation with a foreseeable or even a possible end. It would be carried on necessarily in the face of forever changing conditions and circumstances, leading to further revelations of ignorance, and thus to necessary refinements or changes in the agenda of questions. This conversation would collapse the rigidly departmented structure of our present academic and professional system into a vital, wakeful society of local communities elegantly adapted to local ecosystems. If this conversation ever should take place in our schools, academic life would be jolted out of the doldrums of the industrial model into a new birth of freedom and purpose. Teaching would resume its old sense of neighborly duty and responsibility. Research might rise above commercial and professional preoccupations and achieve the dignity of honorable study, this time serving the survival of species, including our own. You graduates will have to work for such a change in the schools for the sake of generations to come. But you will have to work for such a change in yourselves, reading and conversing and living across the disciplinary boundaries for your own sake, for the sake of your own homecoming. This effort has already been started for you by the many people all over our country and all over the world who are working for local economies that are authentically conserving. Beyond its benefit to the survival of a good, beautiful, and livable world, this work of homecoming has a lot to recommend it. It is endlessly interesting and endlessly productive of decent, undamaging pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Berry. Your comments defined an important challenge for all of us, both personally and for our institution. Thank you. Our student speaker today is Diana Walsh, who is graduating with a BSN from the School of Nursing and Health Professions. She is a member of Rho Theta, the National Nursing Honor Society. She is a cancer survivor, and those personal experiences, along with those of her family, have fueled her dream to serve others by becoming a specialist in oncology. She will begin working at Christ Hospital in July as an oncology nurse. She is also accepted into the BSN to PhD program at the University of Cincinnati and has a goal to eventually teach at NKU. She is a member of NKU's Student Nurse Association and is the up-close reporter for the National Student Nurse Association's Imprint magazine. Diana is also an award-winning, nationally certified motorcycle safety instructor and writes a monthly syndicated safety column. She graduated from Beechwood High School in 1976 and is a military veteran, a Kentucky colonel, and an incurable optimist. Please join me in welcoming Diana Walsh to the podium.
Thank you for such a warm welcome. I appreciate that, because this is sort of scary up here. I am definitely out of my comfort zone, but it reminds me of a day back in 1976 in November. I was 18 years old and on a flight headed to Columbia, South Carolina. I was headed to U.S. Army basic training, and in the quiet moments of that plane ride there, I had a time to sit and think. And I think I heard a voice say, "What were you thinking?" As a matter of fact, I heard that same voice just a few minutes ago as I was sitting over there. Heard that voice again. What were you thinking? Now, fortunately, in 1976, I knew that had I told my mom I was feeling like that, I knew what Mom would have said. She would have taken a deep breath and said, "You're in it now, so do your best." And I know over there in my seat, from a very special place in heaven, I think I heard her voice again, and she whispered sweetly to me, "You're in it now, so do your best and keep it short." Okay. And so I will. I want to talk today about heroes. You know, there are many types of heroes. There are situational heroes, there are trained heroes. The situational ones are the people who do extraordinary things in unusual circumstances. They step up and rise to the occasion and do things they never thought they could. Then there are the trained heroes, our police and firefighters, and our soldiers who are trained to respond and react positively under dire situations. And we need these heroes. We need all types of them. These heroes deserve all of the good press and fanfare and appreciation that they get. But there are also the quiet heroes, the everyday heroes, the ones who you don't hear about. They're all around us. They're living quietly without the fanfare and attention. They become everyday heroes by how they live and over time. It's an earned honor. To me, a hero is the man who left the years of comfort and reward of corporate executive life to become a high school teacher in an urban school. It is the smart single mom who educated herself and raised her daughter to become an educated high achiever with a loving family of her own. It's the man who ran in 22 marathons, one of which was the Boston Marathon, and throughout the years has never once let his knees down. It's the person who raises and loves somebody else's child as much as their own. Finally, I consider her a hero, a mother who lost a husband through tragedy, but somehow found the courage and the guts to pick up her life, put it all together, love her children, and go on. These people are all here today. One may be sitting beside you. They're the quiet heroes. We need them too. Today is extra special for me because one of my quiet heroes is here with us, sitting in the section to my left. His name is Bill Sturgeon, and he is my grandfather. I call him Pawpaw. When I was a child, he taught me fun things like how to fish, how to drive an outboard motorboat, and he let me drive it real fast too. But always under his watchful eye and careful hand. it was later in my life that I realized how much more he taught me. He taught me about hard work and shaping your own destiny, about loyalty and honor. He taught me about ecology and taking care of our land that we value so much. He taught me about service to others and to our communities and to our country. He is a Kentucky colonel and he's a Kentucky admiral, which is an honor that's no longer given today. He served in the Navy on the USS Sabine during World War II and was in Tokyo Bay when the peace treaty was signed. And 2 days ago, we celebrated his 91st birthday. Would you join me in welcoming my grandfather? Okay, come on. Okay. And don't even think about trying to outfish this man. It won't happen. And before I leave today, I want to thank the faculty and administration for the great honor of speaking today. And Zebulon Davenport has asked me to tell you one last story. It's about a little blue-eyed girl who, in her best red Polly Flinders dress, was vice president of her 4th grade class at James A. Kaywood Elementary. And in 1968, she was selected to attend something called a groundbreaking. And she got to meet the governor. And they talked about a college. And the governor shook her hand and said, "Maybe someday when you grow up, you can go to college here." I guess today means that I finally grew up. I was here for the beginning of the start of Northern Kentucky University, and today also represents another beginning too. And I'm proud to say that as of July 1st, the School of Nursing and Healthcare Professions becomes a College of Nursing. And so I'm here for that beginning as well. So in closing, I want to tell all of the graduates one last piece of advice. When that day comes in the future and you find yourself sitting in a chair waiting, maybe to be called up to the podium, maybe to be going in for the biggest interview of your life, and if you hear that little voice in your head saying, "What was I thinking?" I want you to think back to today and remember these your words. You're in it now, so go do your best. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Good morning. My name is Bryson Lair. I'm a 1995 graduate of NKU. I'm currently the president of the Alumni Association, and I'm here today to speak with each of you, and I'm honored to spend this morning with you to discuss your future as you go out into the business community and help our community grow. My words of wisdom are this, they're very short and simple, is to have your relationship with NKU simply grow from here. Some of my fondest memories from NKU have happened since I graduated. I've enjoyed giving my time, which I think is the most important thing, gift that you could give NKU, is to give your time now that you've graduated. Come back. Last week was surreal for me as I sat here on this floor with my 2 children and watched the Sesame Street live show. Never thought that would happen on campus, but it did. And I think everyone that helped make this wonderful facility and all of the facilities on the campus happen, because it just enriches our opportunities and ability to stay connected with NKU. I encourage you to please come back to the university, come back to campus, bring people with you that maybe haven't had the chance to come to campus, because this campus is only going to grow, and it will only happen with your help. With that, I'll leave you with this. Enjoy your day. This is a very special day, one of few that you might remember as the rite of passage into your next part of life. I wish you luck. Call upon everyone in this building to help you as you venture into your life. Times are trying right now, but I think with the love, the family, the friendship that you've built here with NKU and all of your family and friends that are here to support you today, only good things will come. Thank you. Have a great morning.
I want to share just a couple of thoughts with you about dreams this morning. How many of you believe in the power of dreams? Graduates. How many? Well, anybody. How many? Let's see your hands, graduates. Well, good. I hope all your hands went up. The fact is that Dinah Walsh, who you just heard from, had a dream that brought her to this place, as did Brian Budai and Bertha Neltner, as did B.J. Harp and Sarah Luce, as did Rian Schroeder and Lauren Brian. Lauren dreamed of becoming a teacher and impacting the lives of young people, but cancer cut her dream short. Lauren was a gifted student who cared deeply about others, and she'll receive her degree today posthumously. I say to her parents and family members and friends who are here today to celebrate her life, Lauren is with us today and is an inspiration to us all. Each of you represents a unique and compelling story. What you share in common is that each of you began your NKU journey with some sort of deeply personal dream. My message to you today is simple and straightforward, and that is this: dreams matter. Dreams are important. It was the ability to dream that brought each of you to this point in your life, to this point of celebration. And it will be the power to dream that will move you forward in your life, even in these difficult times. In an age that sometimes seems to be dominated by cynics and skeptics, dreams, it seems to me, matter more than ever. We need dreamers. Dreamers elevate and they motivate and they inspire. They cause individuals and communities to achieve remarkable things, but one has to dream before achieving remarkable things. As we celebrate the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, who would have believed that this man born in poverty, with no formal education and confronting the rough realities of frontier life, would become one of our greatest presidents? Achieving our dreams is not always accomplished through a straight line progression. Sometimes it involves false starts and detours, but in general, it seems to me if we stay the course, we'll get there. Everything that's worth accomplishing in this world began with a dream. It's not the skeptics and the critics and the doubters and the cynics who advance human progress. It's not the people who always focus on why something can't be done, who makes a difference in the world. No, it's the people who combine the courage to dream with the tenacity and the grit and the perseverance and the drive to translate those dreams into reality. It's the people who are willing to risk failure in order to achieve something others may believe impossible. As a matter of fact, Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis once wrote that most of the things worth doing in this world had been declared impossible before they were done. How many times have you been told that a dream wasn't possible? That you needed to stop dreaming and get real? That children can dream, but adults must deal with reality? I will tell you, graduates, that the most inspiring people I've known in my life have been dreamers their entire lives. They've never stopped dreaming, and those dreams remain their focus in good times and bad. You're graduating at a time when jobs are scarce and the economy is uncertain. We know that. It would be easy to put your dreams on hold or to lower your expectations. My advice to you is this: don't you do it. Hang on to your dreams. The best advice that I ever received at my graduation many years ago was this: find something that you believe is important to do, that you love to do, and then pour yourself into it with your whole heart, and the rest will take care of itself. No matter how difficult the job market in your particular field, there's always room in any field for talented and dedicated people. And don't allow the challenges of the moment to divert you from the life that you believe you are called to lead. How much can you achieve in your life? more than you ever thought possible. John Gardner writes in his book on self-renewal, and I quote, "There's something I know about you that you may not know about yourself. You have within you more resources of energy than have ever been tapped, more talent than has ever been exploited, more strength than has ever been tested, and more to give than has ever been given. As you depart this university, understand how much we believe in each of you, how much we believe in your capacity to achieve those dreams that you hold most dear. Beyond preparing you in your chosen field, my hope is that in ways large and small, we've prepared you to dream more expansively, to commit more deeply, to hope more fully, to love more dearly, and to believe in yourself more completely, and to demonstrate the qualities of thoughtfulness, integrity, and responsibility that bind us together as a people. Throughout your life, you'll confront doubters and cynics who will try to keep you from your chosen path. They'll tell you that your dreams aren't realistic or that your reach exceeds your grasp. They'll tell you that these are hard times and you need to scale back your expectations. I say to you today, that's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Dream on, dream often, surround yourself with fellow dreamers, feed off each other's aspirations, have the courage and believe in your capacity to achieve great things. The fact that you've arrived at this place, this graduation, is living testament to your tenacity and your strength, your persistence, and your ability to achieve that which you set out to achieve. So embrace your dreams. Visit them daily. They'll keep you young and focused and full of life for all of your days. No doubt these are challenging times, but this is no time to stop dreaming or put dreams on hold for a better day. This is the day you have. Even in difficult times, you should act as though failure is impossible. On behalf of the university's Board of Regents, its faculty and staff, and the public who made this day possible, we offer you our deepest congratulations. Hold tight to your dreams. Don't waver or compromise. We hope that, again, in ways large and small, we've helped move you a bit closer to the dreams that you hold most dear. In the process, we hope that each of you will commit to advancing the place where you find yourself, the place that you call home. Congratulations. Now I'd like to ask all the graduates to please rise. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Kentucky, through the Board of Regents of Northern Kentucky University, I confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended. I now declare you a graduate of Northern Kentucky University and welcome you to the company of college-educated men and women throughout the world. Congratulations, graduates.
Good morning. I'm Denise Robinson, Interim Chair for the School of Nursing and Health Professions. Mr. President, it's a pleasure to present the women and men who have successfully completed all requirements for the associate and bachelor's degree in nursing and health professions for which they've been recommended by the faculty.
The rest of the graduates may be seated.
Receiving associate degrees from the School of Nursing and Health Profession, Kimberly Ann Adamson, Alexandra Michelle Baldridge, high distinction, Cheryl R. Bennett, Zachary Kyle Brogan, Kathy Lorraine Earls, Laura Elaine Eck, Leah Michelle Gayhart, Melinda Sue Ham, Angelie Renee Heaton, Amanda M. Hearn, Janice Marie Laker, Erica Nicole Leap, Lauren Rose Ping, high distinction. Stephanie Renee Shelton. Leah Nicole Stapleton. Jody Ann Streitelmeyer. Mary Catherine Thorwarth. Christopher A. Young. Receiving bachelor's degrees from the School of Nursing and Health Professions are Kristen Nicole Abden, cum laude, Stacy Lynn Adams, Rebecca Ann Ruby Alstock, Vida Anita Amora, Linda Apia Donqua, Krista Lynn Barnett, Shauna Lee Bagley, Sandina Lynn Bickers, Jennifer Marie Braxton Brown, Christina Lynn Brown, Amy Marie Carl, Rhonda Michelle Cooper, Elizabeth B. Cowan, Heidi Ann Ducker, April Leanne Dye, Melissa Sue Edwards, Carolyn A. Egbers, Brittany Burling Elfers, Hannah Jo Eli, Deborah Ann Fallhaber, Kate L. Green, Shelley Marie Gaduli, Shayna Kai Hamilton, Helen Sky Hadaway, Susan Elizabeth Heilman, Michael Donlin Heisler, Drew T. Henson, magna cum laude, Laura Ann Idle, Andrea Michelle James, Kristen Renee Jolly, magna cum laude, Allison Rose Kaufman, cum laude, Lauren Elizabeth Krebs, Molly Elizabeth Crum, Angela Shannon Manolis, magna cum laude, Heather Nicole McAllenan, cum laude, Catherine Joan McAllenan, Gina D. McGill, Amy Charlotte Moore, summa cum laude, Tanya Marie Morrison, Carly Bergen Mulligan, Bertha L. Neltner,
Margarita Figueroa Nord,
Sarah Elizabeth Penningroth, summa cum laude, Megan C. Ryder, magna cum laude, Alicia Renee Robinson, cum laude, Jenna Lee Rule, Julie Elizabeth Schletker, summa cum laude, Cynthia Ann Schmidt, summa cum laude, Laura Ann Schneider, magna cum laude, Lauren Melissa Sargent, Allie Frances Simpson, Megan Ann Stapleton, Sarah Marie Strauss, Leah Therese Villardo, Lisa Marie Volpenheim, Dinah Jane Walsh, Kristen Ashley Wampler, Misha Danielle Weber, Sandra Joyce Wills, Ashley Nicole Wing, Allison Nicole Zembrote, cum laude. That's it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Douglas Perry, Dean of the College of Informatics. The College of Informatics offers bachelor degrees in business, informatics, communication studies, computer information technology, computer science, electronic media and broadcasting, journalism, media informatics, and public relations. These degrees reflect the broad spectrum of informatics as computation, information, and communication. Mr. President, it is a pleasure and a privilege to present the men and women who have successfully completed all requirements for the bachelor degrees for which they have been recommended by the faculty.
Receiving bachelor degrees from the College of Informatics are Lynn Arrowsmith, summa cum laude; Dylan Beebe; Khalid Rashid Bell; Matthew Eric Burkholz; Patricia Bista; Raymond David Booth; Kelly Marie Boshin; Mary Elizabeth Brell; Mark Joseph Bruckner; Lindsay Gail Carr; Nicole Elizabeth Clare, cum laude, University Honors Scholar; Michael L. Clark Jr., Rena Ann Collins; David Patrick Connor, summa cum laude; Justin Robert Cooper; Sasha Takesha Dale Craddock, cum laude; Rashmi Dayal; Prebath Del Petre; Jonathan M. Deers; Jonathan Derek Dodd; Jason Michael Durham; Daniel Elisha Durick; Christina Marie Eisenmaker; Tia Nicole Emerson; Amy Lynn Finnerty; Jason Scott Freilich; Brianna Lee Gaddy, 2 degrees in 2 colleges; Anshu Gautam; Jessica Marlene Gibbs; Damian Gladwell; Michael Robert Gunzersowski; Joshua Moore Hartnick; Michelle Louise Hogue; Brian K. Houston, magna cum laude; Heather Nicole Hughes, summa cum laude; Robert Jeffers, cum laude; Joel Joseph Jones; Adrian Ashley Kelly; Samuel Alexander Kinkart; Victor V. Kulgachev; Braden Peter Labor; Catherine M. Lauber; Paul Anthony Myers; Linda D. Lawrence, summa cum laude; Andrew Michael Kaler; Bridget Amber Lewis; Wahid Jamal Lewis; Rachel Michelle Mahan; Lance Allen Mutes; Julie A. Miller, summa cum laude; Gregory David Moore; Mark Aaron Moore; Adam F. Leisring; Christopher L. Rankin; Amber M. Rogers, cum laude, University Honors Scholar; Erica D. Ronnebaum. Nell Augusta Schaefer. Jessica Lynn Schilling. Lee Michael Seibert. Kelly Elizabeth Stanley. Megan Suzanne Steinmetz, cum laude. Amanda Rose Stenger. Emily O'Brien Strome. Amy Marie Sutholtz. Britt Jamison Thacker. April Faith Turner. Jessica Doyle Ulmer. Keith James Waters. Brandon Matthew Weinel. Mark David Willenbrink, cum laude. Lindsay Marie Williams. Brady Roger Wirtz.
Good morning. I'm Mark Wasisco, Dean of the College of Education and Human Services. Mr. President and honored guests, it's my pleasure and privilege to present the women and men who have successfully completed all requirements for the associate and bachelor's degrees for which they have been recommended by the faculty.
Receiving associate degrees from the College of Education and Human Services are Mark Anthony Baxter, receiving bachelor degrees from the College of Education and Human Services are Tristan Nicole Adler, Laura Ann Albrecht, Sarah Marie Alfani, Alexandra K. Anderson, magna cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Heather Elaine Appleby. Jennifer Ashley Bain. Laura Marie Baker, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Betsy Ann Barker. Daryl Michael Barrett. Sarah Marie Bayerly. Melanie Diane Beach. Shauna Darlene Bell. Grant Thomas Benton. Michelle Lynn Bellamy. Kimberly Jean Bischoff. Stephanie Lynn Bish. Amber Marie Bolmer. Karen Christine Brackman. Jacqueline C. Brannick. Tanya Joy Brinkman. Jessica Rose Bergusser. Molly Jean Burgess. Kelly Marie Burke. Laura Jean Cottle, magna cum laude. Amanda Christine Kavner. Ashley Linnell Clark. Rachel Marie Cooper. Ronald Todd Courtney. Luke Joseph Cugino. Christopher Lawrence Cunningham. Christopher Joseph Davis. Brian M. DiCarlo. Rebecca Lynn Denny. Lynn Ray Dye. Stephen Michael Doran, cum laude. Heather Patricia Dorning, summa cum laude. Amanda Marie Doss. Evan Lawrence Downing. Brittany Danielle Dudley. Devin Ashler Eagler, cum laude. Stacy Marie Earls. Sarah Marlene Eggleston. Alexander James Fingman. Jordan Renee Farmer. Joy Marie Feitner. Sarah Marie Finley, magna cum laude. Brittany Nicole Finn. Whitney Allison Folings. Kimberly Dawn Foreman. Eric Scott Garrison. Samantha Elizabeth Geiger. Benjamin Joseph Geraci. Oh, I'm sorry. Magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Good. Joseph Granville Hacker III. Ashley Nicole Hall, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. James Edward Hall III. Carly Ann Harris, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Amber Lee Harrison. Sophia Sulis Harvey. Ashley Marie Heck. Melissa K. Hedrick, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Heeb. Ashley Laura Heim. Lauren Grace Hickey, cum laude. Scott Nelson Haupt, Jr., magna cum laude. Jacqueline Huth. Julie Ann Ingram. Sarah Marie Jackson. Tylen Monique Johnson. Dana Sue Jones. Kinsey Rose Caphammer. Anthony Wayne Capisser. Candace Paige Kelsch. J.D. Lynn Kinzer. Craig David Klein. Amanda Brianne Cohen Nauber. Adam Joseph Kramer, cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Tiffany Dawn Kramer. Emily Rebecca Kraling. Jody Leah Krift. Brandon Anthony Crone. Kelly Ann Kushner. Tammy S. Larkins. Samantha Nicole Layton. Danielle Nicole Lindeman. Chelsea Elizabeth Long. Jennifer Marie Maxim. Tamara Lynn Mallory, cum laude. Deborah E. Manning. Diana Carol Marty Collins, cum laude. Ashley Renee Maxidon. Kelly Marie McFadden. Emma Louise Method. Ashley Nicole Michelle. Catherine Lynn Moore. Jamie Lynn Moore. Rose May Morgan, magna cum laude. Caitlin Stewart Mukuda, magna cum laude. Heidi Noel Myers. Christopher Stephen Newman. Amanda Marie Olding, cum laude. Darla Renee Payne. Javin Nicole Phillips. Nicole Marie Price. Tamara Michelle Reckert. Mary Ann Sainer Reinersman, cum laude. Nicholas A. Rhine. Stephanie Lynn Reed. Travis Ray Risher. Christy Michelle Roberson. Jennifer Lynn Sandlin, magna cum laude. Brian Joseph Saylor. Allison Kaylin Shepard, summa cum laude. Rachel Marie Shirelow, magna cum laude. Bobby Joe Schreiner. Megan Renee Scott. Jennifer Ann Sheriff. Jeffrey Sherlock. Emily Lynn Sherrill. Kathleen Lee Speece. Robin Fawn Spivey, cum laude. Nicole Christine Stout, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Kana Renee Stenger. Caitlin Joe Taylor. Kimberly Marie Teeter. Tyler Lee Tiki. Robin Lynn Worley Tibbetts, magna cum laude. Scott Stanley Treese. Anthony Charles Treller. Geraldine Renee Vaught. Erica Ann Wagner, summa cum laude. Tyne Ashley Wainscott. Brandy Lynn Walton. Asha Britt Wells, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Ashley Wendell, summa cum laude. Kayla Renee Werner, cum laude. Ashley Sabrina Wheatholter. April Michelle Wilsley, cum laude. Christy Michelle Wilson. Daniel Harry Wolfinger. Karen Ann Dollinger Yakimo.
Good morning. My name is John Beeler, and I'm proud to serve as the Dean of the Hale U.S. Bank College of Business. Mr. President, it is both a pleasure and a privilege to present the men and women from the Hale U.S. Bank College of Business who have successfully completed all the requirements for the associate and bachelor degrees for which they have been recommended by the faculty.
Receiving associate degrees from the Hale U.S. Bank College of Business are Alexander Jemivov, high distinction. Receiving bachelor degrees from the Hale U.S. Bank College of Business are Paul Alexander Aburazek, Aaron Ray Allgaier, Christine L. Ankenbauer, Anthony Michael Osman, Joshua Lee Avery, Jason Barron, Kimberly Baker, Jennifer Bowers, Laura R. Bell, cum laude, University Honors Scholar, Lindsay Erin Bray, Brittany Lee Breeze, you're welcome, Kevin R. Brockhoff, Stephanie A. Broderick, Brittany Nicole Burns, Angela Jean Casebolt, Benjamin Joseph Cassell, cum laude, John Allen Cunningham, Sherry Eva Marie Davis, Heather Ray DeAngelis, summa cum laude, Tricia Ann Dean, graduating with 2 degrees, James Edward Delaney, Fritz Maximilian Dublick, summa cum laude, Stephen Douglas Doan, Rob Lee Doll, Tristan Janice Dye, summa cum laude, Brandon James Ensweiler, cum laude, Kareem Farag, Mark Eric Fields, Jennifer Elizabeth Filer, summa cum laude, Anna Ford Fisher, William Nicholas Figgins, cum laude, Kevin Francis Flanagan, Jeffrey M. Fletcher, Christopher Allen Freemuth, Melissa Joy Fritsch, Mark Thomas Gallandorn, Sarah Marie Garner, Christian Marie Gebke, cum laude, Brandy L. Gibson, Joshua Randall Gordon, Leah Denise Graham, Jessica L. Gray, Frederick Kojo Gang Kumar, Jessica Lynn Hare, magna cum laude, John J. Hay IV, John Robert Helmley, Dane Michael Henniger, magna cum laude, Daniel W. Herold, Eric Stephen Hoffman, Timothy Blake Holland, Peter John Homan, Robert Ray Hoover III, Yeho Hordenko, summa cum laude, David Adam Hutzel, Brittany Rachel Riddale, Andrew David Jansen, Aaron Jean Johnson, Ryan Jones, Christopher Mark Joyce, Christopher Michael Junker, Jonathan William Kaiser, Adam Ryan Casten, Nitisha Karel, summa cum laude, Jennifer L. Kirby, summa cum laude, Sean O. Walters Kissy, Aaron Vincent Clare, Zachary Auguste Kaylor, cum laude, Eric Michael Cordish, Jason Alexander Kramer, Kyle Anthony Kursim, Emily Jo Lang, Jason Christopher Larkin, Jasmine Tao Lee, Brian Patrick Lee, Brennan Paul List, Cara Elizabeth Lobeck, cum laude, University Honors Scholar, Lindsay Jane Longshaw, Jill Christine Lucy, Victoria Renee Mahoney, cum laude, Kelly Melissa Martin, cum laude, Whitney Lee Ward Massey, Regina Marie McCardle, Matthew William Meyer, Michael R. Myrtle, cum laude, Colleen Michelle Meyer, cum laude, Justin S. Metzger, Anthony James Miller, Christopher Lloyd Moore, Carl Eric Muller, summa cum laude, Christian J. Mungle, Christopher John Noring, Allison Sidney Normeyer, Emily Jane Ockerson, cum laude, Michael Vincent Paris, Devesh M. Patel, Katie Irene Pavel, Efrain Perez, cum laude, Aaron David Perkins, Tia Deanna Pinkleton, Michael Joseph Riley, Joanna Roman, cum laude, Christina M. Roseberry, Stephen Dale Ryan, Joelle Lizette Zalazar, magna cum laude, University Honors Scholar, Chad William Sandy, Eric Lloyd Sandy, Heather Lee Sowers, Bridget Rosanna Saylor, Nicole Lynn Schnitzler, Nicholas Ryan Sears, Jeffrey D. Sheeran, Jennifer Lee Shepard, Brian Patrick Sherritt, Amira Chalet, Ryan Thomas Shope, Candice Erin Simmons, cum laude, Sharita Ariel Smith, Sarah Jane Sponzilli, Gregory H. Staten, Morgan Ray Staverman, cum laude, Chad D. Stewart, magna cum laude, Danica Marie Sticklin, Laura Elizabeth Stryker, cum laude, April Marie Sunderhouse, Eric Thomas Tanner, Lynn Louise Tinnez, Aaron Mark Thompson, Maria Lynn Tiemann, Brandon Christopher Van Meter, Alexandra Lindsay Voss, Brent Michael Webster, Christopher Michael Wendling, Richard Walter West, Patrick Flanagan Whalen, David Robert Wolfe, summa cum laude, Jason Michael Wolfe, Robert B. Warwicks III, Regina Lynn Wyatt.
Good morning. I'm Kevin Corcoran, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Mr. President, it is my pleasure and a distinct privilege to present these individuals who have successfully completed all requirements for the associate and bachelor's degrees for which they have been recommended by our faculty.
Receiving associate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences are Corey Allen Brock, Jennifer Ann Carpenter, Zachary Peter Dorian, Karine Erdinola Montenegro. Receiving bachelor degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences are Whitney Charnay Abel, Jessica Dawn Adkins, Ashley Lauren Albers, magna cum laude, University Honors Scholar, Anna Warda Alex, Jacob Miles Allen, Rachel Marie Allen, Christine Marie Allgaier, Donnie Lee Angel, Madeline Ann Bailey, Brittany Lee Baker, Catherine Leslie Baker, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar, Lauren Michelle Bolton, Vicky Brosh Bomberger, cum laude, Amber Lynette Bonkemper, Jamie Lynn Barker, magna cum laude, Jonna McKee Barnett, summa cum laude, Jason Gregory Beck, Brittany Lee Blair, Garrett Christian Blessing, Tamara Gail Backert, Thomas Patrick Bodner, Shelley Lynn Bowl, Christopher Robert Boland, Chelsea Elizabeth Bond, cum laude, Roger J. Bowden, Patricia Pearl Bowling, Alicia Marie Boyd, Michelle Lee Boyd, John Andrew Braden, Dina Ray Bradford Browning, Ann Bork Brereton, summa cum laude, Monica Jem Brewer. Receiving a posthumous degree today is Lauren Elizabeth Bryan. Accepting on her behalf is her sister, Allie Sarah Bryan. Natalie Ann Brinkman, summa cum laude. Janelle Lene Briscoe. April Renee Britt. Christopher H. Brown. Brian Michael Budai, summa cum laude. Nancy Marie Maggard Bergen. Catherine Ann Burns. Jesse Philip Burrows, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Caitlin Marie Butch. Alante Marion Bird. Mitchell Ryan Cahill, cum laude. Andrea Pauline Callan. Christina Marie Canfield. Lindsay Marie Carr. Amy Lynn Caro. Chevelle Annette Kaysen. Adam Paul Caswell. Trent Charles Chenoweth, magna cum laude. Joanna Bailey Chervank. Amanda Nicole Ciani, cum laude. Courtney Lynn Clark. Patsy J. Clark. Daniel Robert Cleaves. Elizabeth Jocelyn Coleman. Adrian Che Columbia. Robert Lee Conley. Michael Sean Lewis Connolly, magna cum laude. Carl Edward Cooper. Tiffany Lynn Cooper. Amanda Corbin. Danielle Renee Coyle. John Andrew Coyne. Stephen Wesley Kraut. Sarah Olivia Crow. Dana Ashley Cunningham, magna cum laude. Andrew Stephen Curtis. William Carey Davenport. Natasha Nicole Davis, magna cum laude. Eric Charles Dean. Brad Joseph D. Christina Marie Diaz, cum laude. Thomas Silvio DeBello, summa cum laude. Anne Marie Dickerson, magna cum laude. Thomas Blaine Dybel. Kevin Reed Donaldson. Cameron Christian Draper, cum laude. Elizabeth Anna Dressler. Jesse Robert Drum, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Christopher Stephen Dunn. Emily Marie Dunn. Tiffany S. Dupree. Jenny Lynn Earls. Joshua Michael Eckler. Darrell L. Ellis. Ryan Starnes Embry, cum laude. Ryan Todd Eastep. Andrea Robin Evans. Kayla Nicole Evans, cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Philip M. Evans. Tracy Evans, cum laude. Alexander Jordan Ewald. Molly Ann Fockman. Victoria Lane Fair, cum laude. Lance Monroe Foley. Joshua Derek Feather. Anna Camille Ferguson. Molly Lynn Elizabeth Fisher. Carolyn Hope Foltz. Pamela M. Foraker. James Sam Frankel. Allison Carol Franks. Tiffany Renee Fournier. Gretchen Marie Galden, cum laude. Chaw Wei Ji. Thomas Peter Geiger, cum laude. Colleen Patricia Gettys, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Jacquinetta Latnish Gibbons. David Reinhardt Giesman. Ricky L. Glass. Ricky William Glore II. Sean Michael Goins. Brian Reese Graham. Megan Ashley Graves, summa cum laude. Christina Lee Gripshover, cum laude. Tommy Michelle Grochen. Jacqueline Nicole Grubbs. Mary Kathleen Helms, cum laude. Anthony P. Gula. Bobby Lynn Guy, cum laude. Margaret Gabriella Hall, cum laude. Trip Hampton, summa cum laude. Paul Edward Hanna III. Bernard J. Harp, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Brian Gregory Harris. Claire E. Hartman, cum laude. Denise Hausberger, cum laude. Danielle Elise Hawksley. Jason Michael Hazard. Heather Hearn. Nathan T. Henderson. Joshua S. Harold. Morgan Elizabeth Hetzel. Lindsay Ray Hyab, cum laude. April Dawn Higgins, cum laude. Christopher Bernard Hillman. Sherry L. Hines, cum laude. Brian Andrew Hoffman. Elizabeth Moore Holmes, magna cum laude. Brian Kerr Holton, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Kristen Elizabeth Hornsby, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. James Oliver Howard. Jasmine L. Hughes. Maline Sario Mariana Hughes. Michelle Alexis Iona. Derek Joseph Hunt. Jamie Ann Ivy. Paris Nicole Jackson. Elizabeth Elise Johnny. Dana Marie Jarvis. Kelly Ann Jefferson. Rosanna Michelle Jett. Lauren Gray Johnson. Michael David Johnston. Amy Marie Jones. Rhoda Jones. Tara Renee Jones. Lauren Ruth Kaplan. Sveto Slava Karaivanova. Brenton Joseph Kathman. Joseph Ryan Kathman. Brett Austin Keller, cum laude. Kristen Elizabeth Kelly, magna cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Stephanie Marie Kenneweg. Rachel R. Kissick. Susan Marie Knauer, cum laude. Elizabeth Marie Kovarick, summa cum laude. Megan Marie Kramer. Susan Carol Kretsch, magna cum laude. Parker Laboitoy, cum laude. Melissa Daroline Logna. Jennifer Lynn Lance. Sarah Ann Lauria, cum laude. William Remington Leach III. Lori Beth Lee, cum laude. Misty Lee Marie Lehman. Kristen Noel Lepla, summa cum laude. Eric Preston Lightfoot, summa cum laude. Mark David Lindenberger. Kristen Lee Lipping. Nathaniel Wayne Littmer. Kelly Kathleen Locke. Deanna Lynn Lusby. Sarah Jean Luce. Courtney Rochelle Lutz. Jennifer Lynn Mack. Jordan Anthony Maiden. Julie Teresa Maley, cum laude. Latoya Maley. Daniel Gale Mason. Samuel Mac McAdams II. Matthew N. McClanahan. Stephen Matthew McDonald. Jesse Ray McFarland. Jennifer Lynette McGrath. Lindsay Michelle McEwen. Nicole Elizabeth Meinking. Stephanie Nicole Mention. Kimberly Lynn Mensing. Daniel Spencer Meredith, cum laude. Shannon Miranda Mertz. Heather Metz. Jonathan Michael Meyer. Larry Thomas Milburn. Andrea Miller. Christopher Paul Miller, summa cum laude. Nicole Marie Miller, cum laude. David J. Minnis, Jr. Dominique Francois Mix, magna cum laude. Tomika Lynn Moeller, cum laude. Elise Kathleen Monahan, cum laude. Carol Maria Mong. Christina Helene Montesi. Lorraine Irene Morris, summa cum laude. Litza Ann Mortison, cum laude. Amber S. Mueller. Brittany Ann Mensch. Erin Nicole Murphy. L. Sue Murphy, cum laude. Leanne Myers. Crystal Janelle Neese, cum laude. Sarah Kate Nagel. Ashley Marie Nussbaum. Colleen Marie O'Connell, magna cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Daniel Scott Osborne. Lacey Davis Osborne. Audrey M. Ostendorf. Brett Jason Owens. Gregory Allen Piercy, Jr. Rachel Elizabeth Perrin, cum laude. Mary Ann Plunkett, cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Angela Rose Powell, summa cum laude. Lauren Michael Raw, magna cum laude. Frank J. Plummer. Melinda Marie Reckers. Samuel T. Phillips. Delmar Ray Reffitt, Jr., cum laude. Emma Louise Robertson, University Honors Scholar. Matthew Ryan Robinson. Charles Redding, magna cum laude. Jill Elizabeth Etzel. Sarah Diane Patnod. Melissa D. Roman. Carly Danae Rose, cum laude. Tara Denise Rosenberger. Gregory Nicholas Priest. Matthew Dale Probst, summa cum laude. Isha Raj Bandare, summa cum laude. Jill Marie Rankin. Christy Reeves, cum laude. Robert Michael Rawdon, magna cum laude. Thomas S. Riesmer, summa cum laude. Travis Roth. Amanda Marie Roy. Jacqueline Nicole Salzer. Laura Elizabeth Salzman, summa cum laude. Casey Lynn Sambozi. Jeremy Dalton Sanders. Catherine R. Sandlin. Michelle S. Sandling. Stephen Douglas Saunders, Jr. Carla Ryan Sherlow, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Whitney Leanne Schmidt, cum laude. Ashley Ryle Schnitker. Amy Renee Shanick. Brittany Jean Schotte. Ryan Alicia Schroeder, cum laude. Sarah Marie Schulte, summa cum laude. Darnella Nake Schutzman. Aaron Clay Sears. Shayna Emmeline Setter, magna cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Divya Sharma. Pamela Lynn Shea. Jason Dewey Shields. Brandy Michelle Short. Tammy Elizabeth Schutz, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Selm. Lindsay R. Sims, cum laude. Emily Sizemore. Jack B. Scuban. Michelle Elizabeth Smith, magna cum laude. Jessica Marie Sorensen, cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Anthony Jason Springs. Tiffany Monique Squire. Michael Joseph Starks. Sarah Diane Statt, magna cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Adrian Veronica Staub. Aaron Lee Stegner, cum laude. Chad Ryan Stevens, cum laude. Joseph Edward Stidham. Mark Anthony Stidham. Rachel Lynn Strauss, cum laude. Rochelle Marie Strauss. Douglas Scott Stryker. Michael John Strunk, cum laude. Elena Pauline Tackett, cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Anthony E. Teague. Ashley Sue Tyson, summa cum laude, University Honors Scholar. Carrie Lynn Thomas. Sarah Rainbow Thomas, cum laude. Laura Beth Thrasher, cum laude. Olivia Brooke Toller. Amanda Jane Torsky. Idella Carey Turner. Lucas Collins Vessa, cum laude. Dana Marie Weiss. Andrew Lewis von Handorf. Gina Elizabeth Turner. Christy Lynn Watkins. Crystal Marie Watson. Stephen Allen Weiss, summa cum laude. Amy M. Ware. Nathan Scott Wesley, magna cum laude. Douglas J. Westrick. Heather Nicole White. John Brooks White II. Jack Daniel Williams. Alexandria Jezebel Willis, cum laude. John Robert Wills. Sarah Jane Wilshire, magna cum laude. Rachel Ray Wilson. Kristen Ann Wilsbach. George Winkler. Morgan Kelly Wood, summa cum laude. Daniel Thomas Yackman. Melinda Bernadetta Young. Jennifer Lee Zacchaeus. Nicholas Benjamin Zvogli. Greg A. Zink.
Well, graduates, you did it. You achieved that dream of a college degree. Graduates, would you please stand and show us that diploma and let us congratulate you. Now, will the rest of the audience please rise and join in the singing of the alma mater? The words to the alma mater are printed on the outside back cover of your program.
Northern, let your vision lead us, hearts of women, men, and youth. Help us seek the higher virtues, guide us to the greater truth. Northern, Northern alma mater, may our lives enrich your name, and in time leave us your children, better far than when we came.
This concludes our ceremony, our commencement ceremony. Thank all of you for coming, and once again, I extend heartfelt congratulations to the 2009 graduates. You are all invited to join us now for a reception under tents around the lake. Each college will have a congregating area designated by a college banner. We hope all the faculty and the graduates and their families will join us as we celebrate the success of the class of 2009. Please remain standing while the platform party and graduates leave the hall. Thank you.